You will not run. You will not cling. You will remain still, aware, and free. And that is the difference between those who escape and those who remain trapped. The third and final step is acceptance. Death is not something to be feared, nor is it something to avoid thinking about. It is the most important moment of your existence, the moment when everything is revealed. If you live in fear of it, you will be ruled by fear in the afterlife. But if you embrace it as the natural transition that it is, you will approach it with peace instead of panic. The ancient masters spent their lives preparing for this moment, not because they were obsessed with death, but because they understood that life and death are the same thing. One cannot be mastered without the other. And that is why modern society keeps people distracted, because a world full of people who do not fear death is a world full of people who cannot be controlled. If you understand this, then you are already different from most. You are already waking up. But there is still one more truth you must know, because everything we have discussed, everything about the bardo, about illusions, about breaking free, is meaningless unless you know this final secret. Most people will never prepare for death. They will live their lives blindly, consumed by distractions, chasing illusions, fearing what they do not understand. And when the moment comes, they will be thrown into the bardo, confused, lost, and unprepared, just as they were in life. But here's the final truth. Death does not change you. It only reveals you. The Tibetan Book of the Dead does not describe an afterlife in the way most people think. It does not promise a paradise for the good or a hell for the wicked. It does not place judgment on anyone, because the bardo is not an external place. It is the mirror of your own consciousness. Everything you will experience after death, the clear light, the peaceful deities, the terrifying illusions, the life review, and the pull toward reincarnation, is nothing but a reflection of the mind you carried in life. If you lived in fear, you will die in fear. If you lived in attachment, you would die clinging to what is already gone. If you lived unconscious, you would drift through the afterlife in the same way, reacting, grasping, falling back into the cycle. But if you lived with awareness, if you trained your mind to see through illusion, if you prepared yourself while still alive, then in death, you will recognize the bardo for what it is: a test, a transition, an opportunity. And that is the secret hidden for over 1,000 years.